Hi, my name is Nathan DeSisto, and this is completely improv. I'm going to speak my mind for a little bit, and we'll see where it goes. I have a lot of serious things to talk about, though, today, and I'm going to start with the fact that I'm angry. I'm angry right now because I was just at a party where someone said, "Oh, America loves gays. Oh, it's like when the blacks, they complain." And I was shocked. This is a white woman, middle class. She works hard, yes, probably has 2, 3 jobs like everyone else. We all have problems. We're all going through difficult times. But it's amazing how much we aren't taught in schools. And the schools don't talk about the gays. Harvey Milk, for example. Sean Penn just won an Oscar for his portrayal of the first gay elected official. I was never taught about him. And I was born in 1983, and he was assassinated in 1978. And yet he couldn't be mentioned as a milestone for equal rights for gays. And so America does not love gays. America puts up, tolerates, but they, for the most part, how many people who are watching this video have ever written a letter to their congressman or any of the presidents to say gays deserve the right to marry, or gays deserve the right to be in a civil union, but so do straights? Whatever word we choose to be put on our government forms, it should be the same for if it's a straight marriage or a gay marriage. And if people are offended by using the word gay and marriage together, then gay civil union, straight civil union. Equal rights. So you just call it civil union. Simple as that. People can still use the word marriage. People can still say, "Oh, we're joining these two together in holy matrimony." I know plenty of churches that would marry gays, and do marry gays, but they just don't get recognized at the state level. They have their ceremonies, and there's plenty of brave pastors and ministers out there who would marry gays officially if it was allowed in the state of Rhode Island. And to them, I have such great deep respect, and I thank you for your courage. Because the simple matter of fact is that people say that they love others who are different, but we have a very low tolerance for those who are different than us. We have a very low tolerance. I haven't even met my new cousin. He was born a couple of weeks ago. But I heard someone say, I won't mention who, they said that you have to start disciplining the child immediately to get all the weirdness, all the strangeness out of the child. Can you imagine that? Now, I haven't been a parent yet, but a child is this beautiful creature who has come into the world, a gift to the world, to add a unique voice to the world, and we're already slapping its hand, yelling at it from almost the moment it's born, telling it's wrong, just because we can't handle the pressure, the stress. Now, I'm not saying I'd be a good parent. I'm not saying I wouldn't make mistakes. But I've noticed how intolerant we are, how much we force everyone to become the norm, even though the norm is always changing. Right now, it's Sunday, 2009, and the norm here in Rhode Island, in Warwick, Rhode Island, in this day is much different than what it is in Italy, or Kansas, or South America, or Germany. Today, 10 years from now, 20 years ago, different. The norm changes depending on who you talk to. And yet, we have this unhealthy obsession with crushing people's spirits to make them become the norm. Even though we don't always quite know what the norm is, there's very few things that 100% of all people do from the beginning of time to the end of time. I'll tell you a norm. You're born, you die. That's a norm. That's something no one can escape. But You know, the drinking age, that changes depending on the culture and the time. The age you're allowed to vote, the age you're allowed to go to war, the age you're allowed to get married, the age you're allowed to give consent, sexual consent. It changes. It varies. And so even those social norms that we think are pretty common and average change with time, change with cultures. But yet we ignore that. And people are so hungry to be seen and to be appreciated and respected and loved for who they are without having to fear someone's reaction, someone's words, someone's body language. Sometimes you know that you're being ridiculed and people don't even say anything to you. And over 60% of communication is subtle because it's body language. Most of it is tone and body language. So you can have prejudice thrown at you without a word even being spoken. That's how intense the intolerance we have. And I can understand how being skeptical, being judgmental, observing the situation, how it's beneficial to society. We have to weed out the dangerous people, the people who seek to do harm to others, the serial killers, the rapists. I understand that, the murderers. But how do you think someone becomes a serial killer? It just doesn't. People, people could eternally debate this forever. People aren't born with the agenda to be the greatest serial killer the world has ever known. I very much doubt that. Anything is possible when you're born. Yes, certain things within your DNA make certain outcomes more likely. That's simple math. But it is the environment and the people that we're exposed to and the way we are treated that makes us feel unloved, unrespected, unheard, unappreciated. It is the toxins that poison our system every day that cause people to attack others. All attacks are a cry for help. They say that in Neil Donald Walsh's books, and I'm sure it's been said many times in many ways. If someone is rude to you or someone is hateful to you, it's because of something. It's an unending chain of abuse. They feel hopeless. They feel lost. They're filled with anger. They're filled with rage. They don't know what to do. And it starts with us. It starts with me doing this video, even though I'll be ridiculed for it. It starts with you writing a letter to your congressman. It starts with you doing a fundraiser to raise money for a charity. It starts with you. You are the change. If not you, then who? If not now, then when? Another famous saying. It's always been you. No one else can change the world if you're not willing to do it yourself. Thank you so much for watching. Namaste, and until we meet again.